Welcome to Dirt Masters, the Global Operator Challenge podcast. This is episode 2. I'm Jeff Muniz, joined by my friend Jason Hurdis.
How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing great, man. We are getting ready for the North America Regional Finals coming up in Clayton, North Carolina, the week of September 22nd. Jason, how do we even get to regional finals? What does a regional finals even mean?
Well, the Global Operator Challenge all starts with our dealers. We have over 80 dealers participating this particular season, covering over 40 countries, and they will test the operators on different machines, machine platforms, and technologies, what we call challenges or skill sets. The winner of the dealer challenges then progress or are eligible to come to the regional challenges, where we stress and test them all again on different technologies, machine platforms, different challenges. And then we take 2 winners from the United States and Canada and 1 winner from the America South Regional Challenge, and combine those into the Americas team that will compete with the final 9, with 3 from Europe, Africa, Middle East, and 3 from our Asia Pacific division.
So what's so interesting about this is it's a global operator challenge. You are going to compete eventually against operators from across the globe, but it really starts at the local level.
It surely does. We'll be testing over 6,000 operators this time at the dealer level, and obviously we kind of channel and funnel that down to get to our final 9. So the final 9 that we'll take to ConExpo in the Operator Challenge Stadium will be the best of the best already, and we will crown the true best of the best during that event.
And as you saw in episode 1, I am not one of the best, I don't think.
Don't move down, don't.
I think
You did all right.
Well, you know, Jason, one of the biggest challenges we hear from our customers is about finding these awesomely skilled operators. And just is that really what brought us to the Global Operator Challenge?
That's exactly why we started it. That is our customers' number one pain point, is finding operators, training operators, and then retaining operators. So we released the Global Operator Challenge program in 2019, which was our first series, to again highlight the career path of a heavy equipment operator, to highlight the skills and talents that are required to be a heavy equipment operator, and then again, hopefully recruit new operators to our industry, because there is a lack of operators in our industry across all segments with all customers.
We're in a next-gen medium wheel loader with the advanced payload system. I'm going to show you really quick how you can set a payload target. In the center of your screen, it says 0.00 with the target right next to it. Press that button, and it'll bring up your target weight. You can select one of the predefined ones, or you can enter your own. I'm just going to select 16 tons. You'll see that it went from 0 to 16 tons. That is now my target payload for this application.
I currently work at Woods Construction Incorporated in Fairbank, Iowa. We're a smaller residential construction company, so we wear a lot of different hats. Being the heavy machinery operator, I'm really blessed to be in my field, be able to see it start to finish, digging the foundation, laying the foundation, doing the final grading and stuff like that, and then coming back with the finished product at the end. It's my favorite part of the job. I've been operating heavy equipment probably since I was 5 years old. At a young age, Dad started taking me to work along with him, and from there, just kind of slowly progressed up and running bigger machinery every year. Being part of the family business, I think, is a great honor. My grandpa started it in '67. My dad took over in the early '80s, and now my brother and I are in the process of taking over from my dad. My legacy would be to build our company the best we can and pass it on to my kids someday, and see them pass it on to their kids. So it's really cool to see what my grandpa started with, the old equipment, and now my brother and I are able to take it over and just see the technology that's grown from '67 to 2025. It's immense the amount of work you can do now with fewer people. My favorite application, I'd say, is probably running the hydraulic excavator. We just recently moved all of our excavators to the next gen line with CAT, so we really like that because of the payload feature and the grade control. It eliminates a lot of the margin of error. For me, I always like a challenge. Our dealer told us about it 3 years ago, and my brother and I signed up, ended up getting 4th place last time, and I'll come back this time just to see what I could do and see if I can get 3rd, 2nd, or even 1st. We'll see. It's not about the speed. It's about the accuracy, the agility, being more precise. with your machine rather than getting it done the fastest with the mistakes. Learning from the last time I did it to now, we're definitely slowed it down. It's taken longer, but we have a lot less mistakes, a lot less deductions to my time. Winning today would be pretty neat. It'd be also cool to travel to the regional event and see all the other operators from across the country, network with them, see what kind of walks of life they come from, what kind of experience they do, and kind of compare construction methods to them. There's not a ton of programs for post-secondary education to go into heavy machinery operation. Hop into it at a young age. Hop in when you're 18, find somebody that'll give you a job. A lot of it's experience-based. They can't teach it in a book. It's you spending time in the seat with the joysticks that gets you the experience to excel in your field.
You know, Jason, one of the interesting things that I've noticed here, Caterpillar Centennial year,
Yeah.
we're seeing like other color machines besides the true cat yellow. What's that all about?
We did introduce some limited edition gray machines because it is our centennial year. Caterpillar's been in business for 100 years. And Jeff, if you think back, I'm sorry, you probably weren't born then, nor was I. But if you look back at...
I know some of the hairs may say it's differently, but
If you look back in our history, the original Caterpillar machines were gray. So to celebrate our legacy of 100 years and celebrate the next 100 years that we're all excited about,
yeah.
we've painted several machines in Centennial gray paint to celebrate that, and they are available through our dealers for a limited time.
That is cool. And they look really sharp.
They look awesome.
Yellow stands out, right? And that's the reason why it is yellow. You want it to stand out a little bit, but the Centennial gray, it stands out because they're like, what is that?
Yeah.
And what's cool is you're mixing a little bit of the old with the new, because you're seeing it on our XE machines. You're seeing it on that are just decked out with all the technology and all the tools and fun things that make operating equipment even much easier and more fun for these operators.
They're the latest and greatest from Caterpillar, but yet they're painted the original Caterpillar gray.
Now, there's something special also. You're not just going to be able to buy them, right? But you're also going to be able to see them when we're down in North Carolina, right?
All the machines at the North American Regional will be painted the beautiful Centennial gray.
Oh, that's going to be fun. I bet the operators are going to love getting into those limited edition machines because it's not for everyone. Not everyone's going to be able to get that opportunity.
Yeah, they'll have that opportunity, and hopefully they feel the same thing that we've talked about through this podcast of kind of tying their beginnings similar to Caterpillar's beginnings to where they are currently, and then projecting their legacy and our legacy in the future.
It's a lot of fun chatting with our competitors as we get to learn and get ready for our North America Regional Finals. And now joining us on the line is Robert Donnellan. Robert?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
there you are.
I'm sorry, I'm in my truck.
Why would an operator be in a truck?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's lunchtime, right? Time to eat. Oh, boy. Well, thank you for having me on this.
Oh, Robert, thank you for joining. I'm Jason Hurdis, so that's my voice that you'll hear. And sitting next to me in the dirt bowl is Mr. Jeff Muniz. I'll let him talk so you understand his voice as well.
Hey, Robert, how are you? This is Jeff Muniz.
Good.
And if I'm not don't be nervous. We're just having a fun conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. You've made it to Clayton, I believe, right? Before?
Yes. Yeah, this time I will not be as nervous.
Good.
That was my downfall the last time. I got too nervous. My wife kept telling me, just calm down. It's all right. You do this every day. I'm like, I know, but I'm in front of a huge crowd here. She said, you work in New York City. You're in front of a crowd all day. I said, I know, but it's different.
But they're not all staring at you all day.
Yeah.
We're staring at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a little tint on some of those calves, maybe. I don't know.
The spectators, the other operators are all waiting for you to mess up, down there.
Heck yeah. So this is your second time. What made you compete again in the Global Operator Challenge, Robert?
It came around again 3 years later. The guys at work still tease me. They call me number 3 because I came in 3rd in North Carolina.
Oh man, that's
all those guys. and my boss, he still says, hey, number 3. So, I said, I got to get down there and see if I can really prove myself this time, But going down there, I mean, you got top-notch operators from all over, It's it's something. So hopefully I'll be able to prove myself a little bit better this year and come out a winner. But you never know. You never know.
I think
My nerves could get the best of me, or who knows.
And Robert, since you're like in New York City, right? So I mean, you're almost surrounded by the New York Yankees, right? I mean, this is kind of like these are the best of the best down there in North Carolina.
Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And everybody I met 3 years ago that was down there, super nice guys, really nice guys, from all over. And I think John Sheddick, won last time. He had his family there. It was a really nice time, But I would have liked to have been the winner, but I wasn't.
Hey, third. There's nothing to third in the North America.
that's nothing to sneeze about.
Yep.
I mean, let me put it in perspective for you, Robert. You are right now one of 6,000.
Really?
Yeah, we are testing over 6,000 operators globally, and then obviously we narrow that to the regionals. So at your regionals, you are now one of 36.
Really? Okay. Yeah. All right.
So, I mean,
exciting times.
That's already an accomplishment. You tell your coworkers, I'm already one of 36, boys, so I'm already in there.
Yeah, right. And you haven't listened to my wife until she says, calm down.
And you have a championship under your belt from the HO Penn, the cat dealer there. Yeah. So, hey, you're a winner. You're definitely a winner.
Yeah. HO Penn put on a great competition again this year. John Murphy and his team, hats off to them. They did an awesome job. And our salesman for our area, Mike Justino, he came up there to root me on. So that was really nice.
Nice. Very good.
And a couple of weeks ago, they came to the job site and they presented me with a plaque. And we had a pizza party. We probably had about 40 guys from CAC Industries on this particular job. And it was really nice. They took pictures and we had a good time.
See, you're already a winner.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the audience wants to know, was it New York style pizza though?
Yes.
All right. I love it.
It was one of the famous ones.
Nice.
That's even better. What was your favorite competition at HO Penn, Robert? Which one did you like the best?
I run the excavator every single day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do like the excavator. I'm a huge fan of the dozer. I don't know. Excavator and dozer would have to be my favorite. And then they had the skid steer competition, which I'd never run a skid steer. I think the last time I ran a skid steer was 3 years ago when they had it at HO Penn. So I was a little rusty on it, but it came right back to me. And I was able to win that competition up at HO Penn. So it came back to me.
Well, good.
Being an operator, you gotta be able to run, a lot of different equipment and adapt to it very quickly.
And that's one of the things that we're looking for in the Global Operator Challenge is an operator that can lean back on their skills and talents and experience, whether it's in a dozer or an excavator or a wheel loader, and get thrown into a machine that it's like, oh crud, I got to drive this thing today, but yet lean back on that and do exactly what you said. Just calm down, use my experience, and I got this. I can figure this out. That's a unique skill set that only operators, in my opinion, have.
Yeah, it was pretty neat the last time down in Clayton, North Carolina. So they had a backhoe challenge. I think it was a 420 XE, if that's correct. The controls were on the seat. Never ran that before in my life. Didn't even know that existed. We in the city here, we have all 450s, and they're New York spec, which means they have the 4 handles in the back.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
So pilot controls, everybody likes it that way.
Yeah.
So everybody was hopping over this trench box that had the ropes on it, and you couldn't touch your front tires to it. You couldn't touch your back tires to it. And everybody was going over it forward. They'd put their front bucket down and they'd slide the wheels over the box, and then they'd pick themselves up and push themselves over. So I was telling my wife, I said, you know what? I'm going to do this New York style. So after I was done with the beam, I swung around, and instead of going forward over, I went backwards over it. Because, the backhoe has more power pulling than pushing.
Sure.
And everybody was getting stuck because their front bucket was digging down into the ground. So I did very well in that competition until I had to get to the balls and put them in the bucket. I backed up too far and I couldn't get the balls off the cone. I was like, oh God. So I blew it there. You know, I did good at one spot, but then I blew it in another. But I had a lot of fun.
That was a fun challenge.
Yeah.
It really tests the operators in multiple capacities, I feel like. So.
Yes. And I ended up going first in the 2D dig where you had the utility and everything else. So I wasn't able to watch anybody, you know, to check it out, you know.
Yeah.
But I overcame and adapted and, you know, did okay on that one, you know. So that was good.
Well, good. How did you get into this line of work? How did you, you know, one day you woke up and said, I'm going to be a heavy equipment operator, or what happened?
Yeah. Well, I grew up on a little horse farm with my parents, and we had farm equipment out there. And I think I have pictures when I was 8 years old, like on a little ride in a lawnmower, you know. And I never liked to ride horses, so my parents brought me a little mini bike, and I liked that. And then I started getting onto some of the farm equipment, you know, maybe age 10 or 12. And then they started a subdivision near me, maybe when I was like 14 or 15. And I would go over there after school and watch those guys work. And I said, this is what I want to do, you know. And after that, you know, 18 years old, I'm doing septic and sewers for a guy. And then got into another company. And well, here I am in New York City. And, you know, I love it every day. I wouldn't want to do anything else. I couldn't picture doing anything else.
As you move into regionals for us for North America, again, you'll be one of 36 that will be competing down there. What's your mindset? What are you thinking about? What are you kind of scheming to help yourself execute it?
Oh, boy. Well, first, H.O. Penn is going to be kind enough to let me get on a couple different machines, to be familiar with it. And, you know, like the stick steer, you know, and I don't have a machine that has stick steer in it. So that would be, I want to be familiar with that, you know, and maybe the skid steer, maybe the backhoe. H.O. Penn will definitely help me run a few different pieces of machinery before I go down there. And like I said before, just not being so nervous and just really take it all in this time.
Do you think because you competed before that you'll be less nervous or more nervous trying to exceed your expectations of last time?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I think going in there, I think other people will probably start to know that, hey, Rob Donnellan did this last time, and it'll be like a big target on my back, I think. You know, everybody will be like, oh, you know, we got to watch Rob, see what he does. You know, hopefully he fails.
See how many New York styles he's going to do in the kit.
Yeah, right. Kind of just wondering in my head what machines are going to have. You know, last time it was the loader, the excavator, and the backhoe. Maybe this time it'll be you know, switched up a little bit, maybe a dozer or something. You know, but yeah, it'll be exciting. Yeah. You know, and they're tight-lipped down there. They don't tell anybody anything.
I'm trying to get him out. I'm trying to get out of Jason, and he's tough, man.
You can blame me for that one, Rob. I don't. We're not going to show anything. We're not going to lay our cards out until 8:31 a.m. on the day of the challenges. So
yeah, we get it in our brown bag there. The whole printout of what the whole course is going to be like.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Well, we spent a lot of time. I think we've kind of talked about it in the different episodes that we've done. This is the third time that we've done the Global Operator Challenge, and the challenge teams, you know, really highlighted that, hey, it is the third time. We got to step up our game. We're going to have operators like you that have competed before and are coming back, and we can't do the same old thing. It's got to be bigger. It's got to be cooler. It's got to be harder. And
That's right.
Those challenges are really easy, right?
Yeah, no, not at all. You know, day to day in New York City, I dig in utilities every single day. You know, and sometimes I can't even get a bucket in the road because there's so many utilities. You know, and then, you know, to go there and kind of, not score my best score digging under utilities was I didn't rip it out, but I wasn't the fastest.
Well, maybe this time we'll put in some utilities and not mark them for you, so that'll help you out.
Yeah.
Put in a few skyscrapers around them, get you a little
Right.
comfortable, right?
Yeah. Is your
Right.
You mentioned your wife earlier? Is she coming down to see you compete at regionals?
Yes. She was
Awesome.
my support last time, and my wife Jen will be there again this time. My two daughters say, "Dad, can we go? Can we go?" I was like, just mom and I, just mom and I. So
Oh, that'll be good. It'll be kind of a nice award trip for just you and your wife
Yeah.
as well. Get out of New
Yep.
York City, get
Yep.
down into North Carolina, where it's hot and humid in September.
oh yeah, yeah. As long as it doesn't rain there on the course, because it gets real slick. I hear.
I've heard that same thing. I'm praying for no rain too, but again, that's all
Right.
part of it. It rains in New York
Yep.
City. You got to improvise, adapt, and overcome on the fly, depending on what happens
right.
with the weather.
Right. Exactly.
So, Rob, I know you're on your lunch hour, and I know you probably want to eat your lunch so you can get back in the machine. Let me ask you one more question before we let you go. The theme for the GOC this year, we always come up with a theme to kind of describe the program and kind of set the tone for the overall program. The theme this
Right.
year is Forge Your Legacy. What would you, Rob, like your legacy to be?
I'd like my legacy to be that everybody would remember me as being so positive, laughing, a great guy, always smiling, cracking jokes, a guy you can come to and ask any question you want. And I'd say it without discrimination or anything like that. Then to my family, they know what a hard worker I am. I'm gone, 2 days sometimes, or day and nights, or I'm working nights, and they're just my daughter Delia, Abby, and my wife Jen are just such a great support system. I make them proud, and I guess that would be my legacy.
Well, that is a solid legacy, Rob. That is one.
Yeah.
That is one that will live far beyond your years, I am sure, with your wife and your
Yeah.
daughters.
Yeah, they're very important, like everybody else's, right?
Sure.
Very important.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Jeff, you got any other questions or anything for Rob before we let him eat his cold sandwich and get back to work?
Any secrets or anything you'd like to disclose?
Rob, I wish I could for you and the audience, but unfortunately, we are just going to have to keep tight-lipped here until the week of September 22nd, which we look forward to seeing you and your wife in our in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, as we will have a fantastic challenge for you to compete in, and it'll be a great experience. It's just so much fun. It is just so much.
It really
fun.
is.
And I think for me, it's just you're watching the best of the best, and you are one of the best of the best, Rob. And so take that to heart, man, and enjoy that while you're enjoying lunch today.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me, and Caterpillar for putting this all on. I mean, after this next challenge in September, I'm sure you're planning for the next one.
That's right. We're planning for globals.
We'll be switching to globals after that.
If we can move you from third to first, man, you get a trip out to Vegas and compete against the world's best. And I'm sure our folks in the U.S. and Canada would like to bring it back to North America.
Well, maybe we can bring it back to New York City via you, Rob.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. Dream come true, right?
Fantastic. Well, thanks, Rob, for taking the time to join us, and we look forward to seeing you down in North Carolina.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you guys for having me.
So, Jeff, I kind of surprised you after episode 1 with a little bit of a challenge. You did great, by the way. I thought it turned out well.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah,
I'm not so sure I feel the same, but
I don't know. I think your skill level's improved. So I built another one.
oh, please, something a little easier. Can we just play with it? Like in the
No, this one's as fun, and I think you'll do just as well. Let's go ahead and let's put you in the seat and see how you do here.
All right, take 2. Here we go.
All right, Jeff, you're gonna love this one. We're not cooking. We're not cooking out.
Okay, that's good.
We're done cooking out, but now we're moving to dessert. So I want you to take our mini excavator attached with a cutting attachment. Swing over, and I want you to cut a piece of our 100-year celebration cake using the Mini Excavator.
Okay, I'm going to do my best, Jason. I will try, but I can't guarantee anything.
Hey, you just got to get in there and give it a try. I'll be sitting in my favorite lawn chair with my feet up. I'll be talking to you on the walkie-talkie.
That's right.
Good luck. I want
appreciate
dessert,
it.
brother.
Thanks, man.
All right, Jeff, don't forget the seat belt.
Seatbelt's on, Jay.
Go ahead and enable the hydraulics.
All right.
And give me a right stick boom up. Right stick boom up. There you go. Perfect. Take your left stick, swing it over to the cake for me. Nice and easy. And you should have a lot better visibility in the cab to that cake than me. So when you think you're good, go ahead and cut me a piece of cake.
How big of a piece?
I'm hungry because my burger was on the ground, so cut me a big one.
All right, I'm going to do my best, Jay.
There you go. Now stop right there and just go ahead and slide. Oh, perfect, buddy. That's looking great. There you go. Move over to the edge of the cut and make the other cut, and I'll be ready to get my cake. Nice, Jeff. You excelled at that one. Great job.
Bet, buddy. Enjoy that big slab of cake I got for you there. I'll make it up for that burger for you. I always like dessert better anyway. All right, Jay. You hungry?
I am hungry.
All right.
I'll even share some of my cake with you. But as you probably saw, even from your first time to your second time, a little bit more familiarity with the controls. I noticed your hands were significantly positioned different this time. You were on top, kind of using your fingertips to feel.
Yep.
You did a great job cutting that one. Nice, smooth control of the machine. Great job. Let's have some cake, brother.
Sounds good.
Great job cutting the cake. That was our 100-year anniversary cake. Happy birthday, Caterpillar. Congratulations,
Happy birthday,
Jeff.
Caterpillar. Thank you again for joining us today on Dirt Masters, the Global Operator Challenge podcast. Jason, did you have fun?
I had a blast, man.
We celebrated with some cake. How about that?
It was all right. Yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
Different way of cutting cake.
You know what? I think we ought to farm ourselves out for weddings now and stuff. I think that'd be kind of fun. We'll cut the wedding cake for you.
Well, we had a lot of fun today. This is our second episode. We have just chatted with a couple of our competitors who are coming to North Carolina in a couple weeks for the North America Regional Finals. You can just get the sense of the excitement they have.
They are ready, man.
And they all have that eye. The competitiveness is out there.
For sure.
They're wanting to be to win this event, to get them on to global finals, which will happen at ConExpo in March 2026. So we have more episodes of Dirt Masters coming up here. So please join us for the Global Operator Challenge podcast, because we're going to have more to share with you, more excitement, more fun, just playing in the dirt, right?
Absolutely. Go to Cat Construction Channels. You'll catch up with Jeff and I. You'll see his superior operating skills on those channels.
Thanks for joining us. You have a great day.